Hey guys, I'm back out here for another quick one. Enjoying this beautiful weather out here today. It's a beautiful day out here. And I want to talk to you guys real quick about controlling your emotions. I'm sure all you guys been following the trial, or the arrest, I should say. There hasn't been a trial yet, but the arrest of the traveling nurse, Nicole Linton, who plowed through all those people at that intersection in Los Angeles, killing 6, injuring 5, and now she's been denied bond because she's a flight risk because she's a traveling nurse. Speculation would have it that she had a bad breakup with a boyfriend. She had a lot of mental health issues because apparently now it's coming out she had like 13 prior accidents or traffic incidents in the past. So that's very interesting. But apparently she has a history of mental illness, which is odd for a nurse, I would think, but apparently not. And the reason why I bring this up as far as emotion, because as I said, with speculation, she had a bad breakup. Her heart was broken. She was on a suicidal mission, and she plowed through that intersection in hopes of killing herself. Ironically, she's the only one that survived. So that's another strange thing. But I want to tell people out there we have to learn how to control our emotions. Because if you can't control your emotions, you can't control your life. And if people know your triggers, particularly those who are close to you or those that claim to love you, if they know how to trigger you and you guys get into an incident or so forth and they pull those triggers on you, then you're going to get yourself in trouble if you haven't mastered your emotions. When I was a young boy back in growing up in Brooklyn, Brooklyn, New York, in the 70s and 80s, Michael Jackson was just a huge icon. We love Michael Jackson. We all love Michael Jackson. At least most of us do anyway. But there was a young lady that I grew up with. She really loved Michael Jackson. And anytime you talk negatively about Michael Jackson, she would cry and throw a fit and, try to fight you and stomp and kick and all this stuff. So after a while, the guys in the neighborhood, would start to pick at her and say negative stuff about Michael Jackson on purpose just so she can get mad. We would say, well, look, watch this. And we would say, yeah, Michael Jackson is such and such, and she would get so upset because once we knew her trigger, we would constantly pick at her. And that happens a lot, okay? So it's important that you learn how to control your triggers, control your emotions, because the jails are full of people who could not control their emotions. If you quick to pull a trigger or quick to, stab somebody or hit somebody or do something just off the whim, you can spend the next 25, 30 years of your life off a 2-second, 5-second, 10-second incident. So we must really learn how to control our emotions. I mean, whatever happened to the good old days when you could just break up with a person? Now people are breaking up via text, emails, not even facing the person. They're ghosting people. So, but the good old days, you break up with a person, hey, I need to see you for a minute. You sit down, you talk to them, tell them why it's not working out, so forth. But some people nowadays, whatever the reasons are, they can't take a good old-fashioned breakup anymore. People's heart and their minds are not coinciding. They're not thinking straight. They're full of emotion. They can't control their emotions. And there's also a lot of mental illness going on right now. So really pay attention also to who you're getting involved with. You have to pay attention to the signs when you're getting involved with somebody. Look past the good looks or the body or the money, the possessions. Look deep. There's an old TV judge, Judge Maybelline Ephraim, the original divorce court judge. Okay, she has another show now. She's still doing TV judge, but her first show was divorce court, and she would always say to them women on the show, or the men, You know, when they was in chaotic divorce situations because they got married too early or started, you know, building a family after knowing each other a month, 3 months, she would always say, look deep before you leap. You know, take time to get to know somebody. Take time to see how they are in a crisis before you get involved with this person. Everybody nowadays is running around angry. Everybody's angry for whatever the reason. Whether it's the pandemic, whether it's the economic condition, whether it's the fact that we're in a recession right now, because we are, again, right back in another recession. Okay, folks trying to figure out how to live, how to survive. So everyone is angry, and all you see is videos all over the place of people fighting, kicking, spitting on each other, all kind of nefarious acts, because people simply cannot control their emotions. So I implore you to try to master your emotions. Take stock of yourself, figure out what your triggers are, and take some time to figure out how to control those triggers and control your emotions. Because one split second can ruin your whole life.